4 years ago, I was inspired by John from the YouTube channel Hounds of Howgate to walk the capewrathtrail. After turning 65 at the end of July 2023, I embarked on my 18-day attempt to join these other intrepid hikers. So join me as I drag my old body over 4x4 tracks, single tracks, pathless tracks, bogs, midges, river crossings and all the weather elements Scotland has to offer.
Well, welcome to day 2 of the Skye Trail. As you can see, I've just actually camped here, leave no trace. A couple just passed me, the one that bought, actually almost up 3/4 way up the hill here. So yeah, the midges were not too bad last night actually, or this morning. They are out, so we've got the nets on. But you can actually see you can see your hands, they're not landing on me, so I may have got a couple of bites here somewhere, but generally okay. So I'm just going to head off. I haven't had breakfast yet, but it's only 6.5 miles to the visitor centre, so onward and upward. So I'm just climbing up. That's a gentle incline. That's the end of Cona Glen up there, and we move back just at the river down there, the junction. That's where I had camped for the night. So yeah, all good. I'll actually take the midge net off there, so yeah, once you're moving the midges don't really bother you. Oh, it's lovely. I'll have to remember to put the smidge under my watch. They're all hanging under my watch, giving us a little nibble. So we'll see, but it's about the top, like bogs. Now that's a bog, and that's a drain obviously, but a lot of the fields that you cross are basically like that. They're pretty bad. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get to the top up here, at least if the top of the mountain is still in mist. So that'll be nice and cool up there. Interestingly, I did have to wear my long john t-shirt, socks and a sleeping bag last night. It was a little bit cooler than what I thought, but I mean not cold. I was very, very good. Oh, and I also managed to get about I went to bed at 9, woke up at 2:30, back to sleep at 4, woke up at like 7 o'clock, so it's like 3, 5, yeah, so 8.5 hours sleep last night in a tent. Not too bad. A nice easy rise. I haven't had breakfast as I said, but I'll have a snack. I'll have one of the blueberry crisp Cliff Bars. Right, later. First wildlife this morning. There's a toad. Yeah. It's there. Not a toad. Frog, toad, whatever. Just getting to the top here of the pass. I'd say it starts off gentle, moderate, and just before you get to this, just before you get to the top here, it gets, I would say, moderately steep, and yeah, sweat's dripping off me, but there's no wind, and that didn't take too long actually. It took about 25 minutes to hike up, so that's good, because this is the top. You go through the Beelach, which is a saddle in Scotland, and we then head all downhill to Glenfinnan Monument. I'll be having my breakfast and checking out the monument, and hopefully arrive before the Harry Potter steam train arrives. Okay, the paths are actually pretty good on this section, not boggy. You know that I'm still walking through this Beelach, but you can see where I came up. I came through actually over here, and you're just walking down through this flattish piece, and you can see the trees away in the distance in that valley. That's where you drop down into Glenfinnan. So it's nice. This is easy walking. The path is really good. There's just like one boggy section back there. Cannot complain. And you just walk around the boggy section. I can see this couple ahead or at least one of them. I think there's only a couple, so I think it's just a couple in me. So it's very, very quiet, which is awesome. And it's here's the bogs. Yeah, here's these boggy things. These are from Holland, so these guys are a guy and a girl, quite tall obviously, so they'll be like motoring along this thing. And I expect them probably to go to Achill today, so they did about maybe, I think they did at least 15 miles yesterday. Probably more. They were only a couple of miles down the glen, so they may actually have done maybe, oh no, yeah, 6 before me. So yeah, they probably did about 15 miles yesterday. And you can't actually see them, but they're actually just, I think, yeah, you can see them. They're just about to head on that shoulder that comes down there, just to go around the corner. You won't see them, but I would say when you actually look at that, it's probably about, it's only 10 minutes walking. Maybe, well, maybe it's about a mile, maybe 20 minutes. So probably 20 minutes behind them. Not bad for an old age pensioner. Right, later. So that's me, where I came from. That's up there. And I'm just actually now heading down the other side to Callop and then into Glenfinnan. So yeah, this has actually been okay. I can imagine in a lot of rain this will be quite bad. But generally speaking, if you keep to this path where the water is, then you know the water's not seeping through, so it's going to be solid, especially some of the bog. Anyway, I think actually we're going to be in time to see the steam train also. It comes through at 10:45 as I said, and it is now 9:25. So in an hour's time, 3 miles, I'll definitely be down the bottom of this. So that's good. Okay, so let's motor on. Just coming to a gate on the way down the hill here. This is probably the boggiest section. So just this little section here was basically walking down the stream. Bring me up to the big deer gate. Nice latch. Cool. We've got like a little lock here. That's a pretty cool idea. Okay. We have to navigate this mess. Okay. So it's me. I just came down from up there. There's one fall, I guess. So that's me. I just came down from up there. It was a bit boggy coming through here. First river crossing back there is easy. I've now joined this 4x4 track, which will take me all the way down into Glenfinnan. So I'm getting a bit hungry actually as well, which is cool. So this is the actual power station. Huh. Hold on here. Yeah, a little power station here. A little hydro. Huh. Hill walkers. Callop to Corner Hill Path. There it is there. Yeah. Danger, deep water. It's a sluice. Hill walkers, man. I tell you what, that's a freaking, yeah, that's a, I don't think I would like to come this way. That's pretty steep. Steeper than going up the other way, obviously. Right, that was a helicopter flying through the glen. Cool, I think I'll have that Cliff Bar snack. Haven't had any breakfast, I'm a wee bit peckish. Right, so that's me down off the hill, and Now just walking into Glenfinnan, you can see the main road up there with the cars. So I'm not going to walk on the main road. I'm going to decided I'm just going to be a bad boy and bad boy, what you going to do? I'm going to walk over the bridge, but it says you're not supposed to do. That was in the only rap I could do. Niall and Lisa, Tubus Travels. If you managed to get round to watching this, I hope. Anyway, that's for you, buddy. He actually came up with some really good rap songs. I was actually quite impressed, you know, for an old Englishman. Anyway, he might take offence at that. Anyways, I'm going to walk around and go through the forest and see if I can go over that bridge. And even if you know, to be honest, that river's shallow. And if the river's as shallow as that, but for the bridge is, I'll just walk across the river and not bother taking the bridge. Anyway, let's go, baby. Capewrathtrail, day 2. Almost at the visitor centre with the Glenfinnan monument. More importantly, breakfast. Oh, that's so cool. So I'm on this boardwalk here to a bridge across the river. Now this is actually closed for forestry work. And as I came up there, there's a forestry truck and 2 guys in it. And I thought, oh no, they're going to turn me around back to the bridge. But I just told them the river's low, I'm just going to wade across it. He goes, yeah, he says, you know, they've closed it off for the bridge. It's supposed to be unsafe, but to be perfectly honest, for walkers, it's fine. In fact, he even told me that if you actually just go around the side of it and walk about 10 yards, you'll see there's one of the beams missing, so you can crawl through there, which is what hiker sheep and Boo did, or Bobo did back in May. So that's what I was going to do anyway. But anyway, it was nice for him to give me the go ahead and tell me it was safe. So yeah, I saved myself walking on that NC 500 Glenfinnan road, which would have been an absolute nightmare. And I'd rather taken the chance wading across the river here, which was what my plan was, than do this. Okie dokie, let's go. There you go, lovely boardwalk. So here we come to the part the guy was telling me about. It's beautiful. There's the bridge. Actually, I thought I was going to wade across that. There's no way me wading across that. So let's get this done. Oh, I'm just too late. The train's just coming up over the top of the hill here. You can see the steam, the smoke, see it? Oh man, I got that right. That was a pain. Oh, so close. So close. Oh, I'm over. Oh, that was, God, I was only 5 minutes short for the Harry Potter train. A pain in the bearing. Ah, visitor centre's further up. So the viaduct's up here. Damn. I've shot by about 20 minutes. How about that? Never mind. I'm across the bridge. Avoided the main road. I'm close to the train, you can hear it. Fortunately it's up. I won't be able to see it. Wow, what a view! There's the Glenfinnan monument right there. Fantastic. God, 1972, then 71, I was up the top of it and I lost 50 pence.
It's starting to disintegrate.
I thought that said spandex. It's spander.
I wish it did spandex a bit. Yeah, I need to get a trip down to Stafford to get another one.
Yeah, Glenfinnan Visitor Centre. This is fair expanded since I first started coming here. There's hardly anybody. It's so popular now because of this Glenfinnan viaduct with the Harry Potter connection. Oh, it's a nice breeze too, super. And in the distance there you can see the viaduct. I'm going to be walking right underneath it. in the distance, so you see it shortly. We are at the viaduct now, and underneath it. I just missed it in the way in, but people are waiting for it on the way back, so I'm going to get a view back down the glen up here later. Lovely. Pretty impressive. Look at that. Impressive. Wow, eh? Crazy good. Crazy good. So I'm now walking along this past the Glenfinnan, up Glenfinnan, the river Finnan, and I'm heading up here. And eventually I'm going to be heading up over there, I'm expecting, I think, tomorrow. We'll see. Weather's been good, just a slight drizzle came on there, which is good. And then when the sun comes out, it bakes. But luckily I've only got a couple of miles here to the Corryhully Bothy. I'm going to take it easy today. I was thinking of maybe pushing on, it's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was thinking I could just hang out here and do the other 6-7 miles to Akil Bothy, but I'm still on schedule and there's no point pushing it. This place also has got electricity to charge, and I was thinking I'd just stay in the Bothy tonight instead of the tent. And I think I might be the only one. The two Dutch people I met up with at the Glenfinnan Visitor Centre there, really nice couple, Jasper and I forget the girl's name actually, which is funny. But anyway, I think they're going to push on. They're going to push on to Akil Bothy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I got a couple of guys running down the road here. Lots of places here to wild camp. How gorgeous is this? Amazing. River's there. I'm only about I don't know, half a mile from a Bothy. This is me just arriving at the Corryhully Bothy. This day has actually been great. I mean, it was a sort of gentle climb, you know, out then steeper towards the end from the campsite last night. And it was lovely walking through the glen. A little bit boggy on the downhill part. Visitor centre I had a can of iron brew, and then I got like a yogurt thing. I forgot, my stomach doesn't like those, so I forgot that, and then I had a cheese toastie for my breakfast, I guess. And then somebody's camping here. So I just met one of the chaps here. He says in the Bothy there's a guy on a sleeping pad. So it's him, 1, 2, 3, probably maybe 4 of us going to be in here tonight, I guess. So there's tons of space. Somebody's here, there's a nice camping spot right there if I wanted to camp out. Not a problem. Okay, that's got a fire pit. Oh yeah, I'm staying here. Okay. Corryhully Bothy. Corryhully Bothy. Oh yeah, baby, tons of space. Fantastic. Look at this. Oh, look at this. You kidding me on? God, there's light. Ball bag, Roddy. This is phenomenal. Look at fire. Look at firewood for tonight as well. Electricity. Look at this. This is super. There's a guy in a pad there. I think this guy drinking his beer. I think he's sleeping here. That's his stuff. The other pad. I've got this pad here, so I'm going to have this pad. I don't know. Somebody's put a bag there. I don't know what he's got there for, because I'm sleeping on here. This is brilliant. There you go. Bothy time.
You just had to guess.
Oh, this is good, man. So this is Stockard Richard.
Hello everybody.
Hi buddy. And then we've got another Paul here. He's mainly English. Then we get two guys. This is Kai and Callum. And then we've got, actually in there, I actually called you by mistake Botty Banger instead of instead of Bagger. And I was like, this is Jules. And I was like to myself, oh, don't tell her that. So I thought I'd get it out before he started picking me up on it. And I mean, so this is, we're actually at the Curry, what's this, what do they call it? Curry Hurley Bothy. So these three here are actually in the Mounted Bothies Association. And they randomly met a year and a half ago. Maybe a year and a half ago or so at the lookout. At the lookout, and there it is.
Should not be taken as typical.
There it says. Box. Master Banger.
And mash.
And Stalker. There you go.
There we go.
This is actually maintaining simple shelters.
I'll grow into this eventually. Which some people need reminding.
So the sunshine here, folks, is out tonight. Now this is Scotland in demo mode, as they would say back in Microsoft. Because this is you'll never see it like that. This is just crazy. And there's no midges yet because the sunlight's out, they don't like it, and we've still got a breeze. And there's another character,
a cut above the average sausage.
Paul, but he's actually gone again for another hike someplace. So these guys are sleeping out here tonight, and Paul and Callum and Kai are sleeping in the bothy, which is electricity you saw. So I've charged all this stuff up, which is good. So there we go. This is like
I can be out back at Flame.
Alright.
He by gum lad.
That's a shocking accent.
That's Eggy Thumpy.
That's Lancashire.
Is that Lancashire?
Borderline Pakistani for a second here.
Well, we have a lot of them in Glasgow.
How's that? What's his name? Spike Milligan doing that.
It's pretty cool, man. So there we go. And look at this. Look where we are here. This is actually right next to the river. I mean, in the river tumbling down the mountainsides. I haven't seen any deer yet. My first animal today was a frog in a pond trying to swim upstream underwater. So that was it. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to do some map time. So this is where I'd camped on day one. This was the Corner Glen taken up when I camped here. This was actually just a moderate climb, I would say, until about this part where it gets quite steep. Good 4x4 track. In fact, all of this was actually great. And then walking through here was absolutely magnificent. I loved this. It was a nice rocky single track path all the way through here. Beautiful. The weather hasn't rained at all, so this went really cool. And then we had to drop back, drop down here to Glenfinnan, which is cool. So actually I did that through Cannock, and this was dead easy. It wasn't even that boggy, to be honest. Here there were signs to say that this bridge was out of commission, but I know that previous people have hiked it and they just sort of gone around it. So I chanced my luck and I went down here, and there was a forestry commission vehicle there. But I chatted to the guy, you've probably seen the video, and he actually said it's fine to cross, go ahead. So I went across there, I went and looked at the Glenfinnan Monument where I'd lost my 50 pence back at 1972, and then I went to the visitor centre and had just like a cheese toast sandwich and a can of iron brew and a coffee. And I did have a yogurt, but I forgot I'm a bit intolerant these days to sort of lactose and milk, so I didn't touch it. Good. I just missed the steam train coming over here, which is really annoying. And the next one did come back till 3, but this was so early. So I actually did this really quick. Really, really quick. And anyway, then we walked up this glen here to Corryhully Bothy.